Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be looking at the Waffenträger of e100. The tank that recently received a nerf for one shell decrease. Pretty solid tank really. I'm not sure how you can really improve it. Apart from the one thing that pees me off is the actual design really. The chassis is an E100 chassis, so this is a blueprint of a blueprint, because the E100 was never made, it was only a blueprint, so they've made a blueprint on a blueprint, which is a bit random. Yeah, whatever. It's a nice little tank to have though. You can get some good raw damage. Looking at statistics, the average damage for this tank is 2000, and that's it. No more, no less. Some people get good games, some people don't. As soon as you're seen in the battlefield, as soon as you stick out your head, every single turret that can will turn and fire on you. Some games I've gone and fired like 2 or 3 shots off and blap within 2 seconds and my tank's been completely destroyed. If you go to shoot at this part here, which we'll talk about in a minute, you're going to have some trouble. Just use this. Fire HE. We'll talk about that in a minute anyway. So 2000 hit points, 150 tons, that's mainly because of the chassis, 1200 horsepower, which confused me really. It's 150 tons, right? For the, let's look at the E100, and that's got this huge turret on, yeah. But then again, same, or whatever. Good free range. Gun takes 55 seconds to load. It fires every 2 seconds. 40 speed limit, 26 traverse for the hull, 22 for the turret traverse speed. Let's look at the statistics. Now I was a bit indecisive here. I'm not sure which tank destroyers to look at comparing it with. I did actually think about comparing it with the T57 and the AMX50B autoloaders, basically because the autoloaders were the same functionality. None of the tanks can really tank. They basically get in there, take their shots and go. But then I thought, well, we can't. Let's look at 3 different but devastating tanks you're going to meet on the battlefield. The Waffenträger auf e100, FV21B, so 183 is Death Staff now on, and the Echo 3 or E3. So, I've left this with a basic gun on the Waffenträger E100. All get the same matchmaking, all cost the same, yada yada. E3 gets the most HP. Signal strength, the best is obviously the Death Star, 40 kilometers an hour, so the E100 is the fastest getting into fights and getting out, and also weighs the most at weight 100 tons. Load limit, this tank seems to weigh, like I said before, 150 tons, which is the same as the E100, but it doesn't have the same sort of turret, the armour, the composite, so I reckon that's wrong. Right, fair dues the whole, but it should weigh around 100 tons, right, and knock off 50 tons at least for that entire monstrous armoured turret. 6 crew, which is really good if you've got the Tiger 88. Hull armour, that's because it's on the E100, 200, 152, which is pretty, not very good as you'll see from here. It's pretty flat on the Death Star. Sorry about rotating so much, chaps. 305mm on the E3, which is a pretty formidable tank. Now, obviously, the E3 isn't a turret, so it can't move. It's got quite a nice little vision scope, but the other two have quite decent turning capacity. Engine power, E100 is the best. Second best in ratio, it's 13.33. This tank though, it's quite meaty. It should be faster because it doesn't have all the weight on that the E100 does, but it seems like it's an oversight, but it's still pretty good going up hills. 26 traverse speed, so the Death Star again wins. Fire chance is the best one, the least chance of fire, but nobody's going to be shooting at your lower hull anyway, so you're not going to really be set on fire unless somebody's a bit stupid. View range 420, that's massive. A bit OP really. Why the chuff do all these TDs that can totally demolish tanks and ruin gamers have such good view range? It's just seems stupid. So 560 AP damage, and that's 5 shots, reloads at 58 seconds. Right, that's pretty decent. So if, for example, the guy manages to get off all the clips, you've got 560 at the appropriate level. That's 2,800 damage for one clip. 58-second reload after that. Right. That's for the Waffenträger. So the next target, it fires twice, so it's what, 2,300 for the Death Star. So it's already 500 more for the Waffenträger E100, and it's 750 times 3.53. Let's say it's 2,647. So Waffenträger just has slightly better overall, but with a 5 burst fire shells compared to the 3.5 shots you're getting with this AP. Obviously it's whatchamacallit, 3.5. I know, I'm just saying statistically looking at per minute. So the gun penetration is 276 with AP, 310, 295, so that's pretty worse off. If you go and load the big gun on the Waffenträger E100, you're going to get less. I think it's 235mm penetration. Dispersion's worse, the reload is worse on the actual between shots, the actual clip reload is faster, but then when you're looking at the actual aim time as well, it's worse. So there's no real point in doing it. You'll get what, 3,000 damage, a little slightly more damage, but you got less chance of penetrating them, and it'll take longer to get your shots off. So rate of fire 4.55 rounds a minute, 2 rounds a minute for the Death Star, 3.53 rounds a minute when we're looking at the E3, and that's just telling you here 58 seconds, 30 seconds and 17 seconds. Now look at the accuracy, 0.29. Hello, that is massive. 1.5 second aim time. You're more than doubling it with the Death Star. You're adding an extra second onto the E3, and the dispersion is like 0.11, 0.7 worse. Right, the camo value on these isn't populated for some reason, but stationary, it's like 6 million%. You've got to literally be sat inside the Waffenträger E100 before you actually spot it. It's phenomenal. Phenomenally annoying. 50% win chance overall. Damage dealt averaging of 2,414. So it's not that much more. It's only marginally more than when you're looking at the other tanks. Because as soon as you see, like the Death Star, it's a controller. Same with the Waffenträger E100. If somebody sees that, they kind of tend to avoid that area. But the Waffenträger E100 doesn't really have any armour at all. Let's look at the statistics on... Ooh, golly gumdrops. What do we call it? Tank Inspector! This is going to be a bit of a quick one, really. Front on from the tank if you get shots in. If you're going for this, you're stupid. Never go for the hull itself unless you're going for track shots so you can get around to get the main turret. Set the fire on. Make sure you fire within the grid here, this small box. That'll set the tank on fire. Go for penetration, you 303mm. Now look at this gun itself. Let's get this gun pointed down. Ba-ba-boom. 21, that's it. Always load HE. And you're going to get maximum damage you possibly can do. Artillery, nice and easy choice. Fire. Now when you're using this tank, you never drive in front. Like, say there's a corner here. You never drive this tank, TD, whatever, around the corner front on. That's just, it'll kill you. What you do is you turn your gun and you reverse out. You just literally go backwards, stick your ass out, fire, bang, bang, bang. But if you start taking return shots, then get yourself back in. Even if you only manage to fire 1 shot or 2 shots, don't take damage where you don't need to, okay? So that's the easiest way to kill it as well, is just to make sure you track, hit, track, hit, track, hit, track, hit. When it reloads, it's a dead duck. It takes so long to reload, unless you've got a good team that look after you. That's it. Anyway, we're going to look at 2 gameplay reviews now. So then, today we are playing on Fjords, whichever you want to say. I got 50% win chance. We have another Waffenträger of E100 on the other side. I'm just going to call it the Waff if you don't mind, instead of being with a dumbass with the pronunciation. 2 Jagdträgers, E100s, and an Object 268 their side. So they've got a pretty strong team. 50B, quick autoloader. We've got the IS-4, so it's slightly stronger. Look at the reload here, 56 seconds. This is before the patch change, and I had 6 shots. So we're looking at small gun, 560 damage, penetration 276 with APCR, 560 and 352. And then 700 damage with 65. I always load one clip just in case there's Waffenträger E100 I'm going to be going against. The WOF. I might give it a slight touch of speed. Amphetamines for the win! The guy's moving up. Yep, 6 shots, you can see in the clip. So I'll be doing some more videos later on, but I just want to get these ones out of the way first. Okay, you can tell this is the old one. Look at the way it looks through the gunpoint. I think that looks pretty cool actually, doesn't it? Cuts out all the unnecessary crap around the outside and you can just literally see where you're aiming for. You need that sort of noise, don't you? Just to make it sound awesome. Or do you know the noise from Ed 209 from the original Robocop? That'd be epic. So no trade. The one thing you're going to get in this tank is, unless you play really aggressively and possibly get your ass shot off and your nose taken off, you have to play this quite passive. Well, I am. Mainly because I'm still not comfortable with this machine. Do you know what I was saying before? Now, I've gone and put my arse in first, so if I start taking shots, all I've got to do is press W, and I'll start rolling forward pretty fast and just get out of there, GTFO and relocate somewhere else. If I would have had my front pacing forward, I would have been taking fire, while still trying to turn the hull slowly and then drive off, which will mean I'm dead. So always make sure you go out with your arse first, so that you're able to just get out in any situation fast. I'm going to have to relocate because I'm not getting no trade. That end corner's taken up to, well, the IS-3 just got pwned by the Tiger E100, the Panther. Speed up. IS-4 is requesting help. So, to the rescue! Hop, hop, run away! IS-4, extremely awesome armour. I don't know why that 140 is sat there trading shots in the front of him. Even at 140, what do? You use your speed, don't you? And just get round him. Put a shot into his tracks, get round him and start putting shot after shot after shot into his arse. He'll start trying to turn, you shoot through on an angle to kill him. And he just got killed anyway. First shot off, 543. Second shot off, 1120. Third shot off, 670. Slightly, really good rolls really. If we look at the average damage is what, 560? I was getting 600 odd. 4 shots and I went and ended that guy. Now I've got 2 shots left. It's a pretty quick game this is. It's a pretty nice game. It's just an average game. You saw what I was doing. I was sat right at the belly back. I decided, sod it, I'm going to get in here and do some damage. So I rolled in. Got 1800 off in a few seconds. And now up to 2,913, which gives me a win rate rating of 1301. And that's 350 over, so I need to get around 2,600 to get 1,000 win rate, or whatever. I'm now reloading, which is the most dangerous time for this thing. Dum dum da dum dum da dum 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 dum. So I'm not going to SideScrape, I'm just getting in position for the next shots. I believe I'm out of the way, I've still got 30 odd seconds to go, but I've turned away, so if I need to do it I can just GTFO. There's only 3 targets left. Backing in, the guys are blinkered, they've not even thought about going back, they're going for the back chat. I've taken a heavy hit of 802, look at that. And he went straight through and hit the gun at the back. But now this guy's mine. Look at him, sat side on to me with this sort of penetration. You would think he would try and move him, wouldn't you? First in. Second in. Third in. Fourth in. Fifth in. 5,266 damage. 2,606 win rate. Like, why the chuff would he sit there, take those shots and side on and not trying to do it? Fair enough, I took a second shot. I'm not sure where that shot went. Oh no, both shots, that's very good firing. Look, both shots went to the same place. So basically, I just ponied that guy in the face. 2 clips. And I put that damage out in probably 2.5 minutes. That's it. Game's over. Average game. Let's look at the end of game statistics. Third mastery badge, not massive damage, 54,511 credits, 1,150 for standard experience, and I got a high caliber. Look at that. What an engagement of 2 minutes, and that's the damage potential I was able to put out. A lot of the time though, you can get into a game and the average damage you may get is 1 or 2,000. The average damage for this tank overall is 2,000. Because of the wins and the losses, I'll just accumulate into one over a number. And that's looking at tank compare. Let's look at the statistics for this tank. Please hold the line. Your connection is important to us. Let's just open this window up a touch. Voila. And voila. So statistics for this tank. Damage dealt 2,184. So overall not such a bad game. Next guy with put about 4 shots in, didn't he? Yeah, fired 4 shots and got 4,111. Same sort of thing. It's not really a skill class that's required for this gun. Fired 11 shots, 11 hit, 10 penetrations, still made 20k, didn't use any gold. So the tank's pretty good, as you can see from statistics wise. Now let's roll into the next one, shall we? So for this game we're on Quillia, we've got 47% win chance. We've got some respectable players in each team, but our top heavy tanks are not the best players, but it doesn't really matter. Whatever. I'm not bothered about people taking piss. Saying because I'm not a unicorn, don't care. Stop you there. Alright, look at the range. You can see the view range and such that you're able to get with this when I've got binoculars on. Look at the ranges. You can just literally see everything. Epic. So I'm going to move to first position. Again, this is a 6 loader video before the recent changes. And move into position just to keep the video short and stop you guys falling asleep. Ooh, lag, lag. Ooh. Ooh. Right, so moving into position, we need to get 2,562 to get decent win rate rating. I remember this. That leopard 1 left side. Watch him. Later on, he ends up getting stuck. Woo. First shot in, second shot in, third shot in. 3 shots, 1768 damage done so far. Slightly fast then, guys. That was slight speed increase. Apologies for that. So 4 out of 6 shots fired, and I've gone through. Accumulated to 2,346. That's 1 clip. That extra shot would have gone through. I would have been pushing about 2,900. So not too bad. Now I'm just trying to hunker down and stay safe behind it. Because see, I've got artillery. They could move into good position and nail me. And that RHM can go there by all means, I don't mind, because he's going to be sat in front of me. North of the map, we have 3 people against their 2. One of their guys died. They've control of the middle. So that Air1110 and the AMX 5100 are in a precarious position. They can be easily now swamped and taken out right here. Suppressive fire T54. The SU-122, the Object 140 can easily take these guys out. This guy is sat behind a rock ledge anyway. The top's looking nice. We've got a wall of tanks hidden behind certain things, as in rocks and mounty things, boulders, stones, whatever. Pixels. Just waiting for some more trade to appear. Leopard 1 trying to get in a good place, showing his ass, which is nice. No shots clear. 1 shot in. Looking for a next shot. North is still holding quite well. That was a miss. Second miss, a third miss. I really should have been missing these shots though, because that could the misses or like quick fires. I should have waited and baited the time. That was a penetration, thankfully. But if you imagine now, them extra 2 shots, which would have been 1,000 health, could have removed 1 or 2 tanks off the field, which would have meant that 1 or 2 people may not have got killed. Got Leopard 1, he's now saying I'm stuck. I've got one shot left in the breach. Fired and missed. What a silly sausage. 1641 win 8 so far, with a total of 3912 damage done. I'm having to reload. I don't notice that the Leopard 1's stuck at this point. I'm spending a wee bit of time having to sit there and wait for reload. So, again, arse in first, so if I need to get out, I can just push forward and be out of there pretty fast, faster than I could do it evacing. What was it, 15 kilometers an hour backwards? Look at that guy, Leopard 1's asking for help. I actually nearly pressed enter then to reply to him and say, sorry, I didn't notice. Oh, what a sausage! I started to decide to relocate at the north of the map. This area I'm not sure if they're going to hold, so I'm going to see if I can give some help. If we can free up this area, kill these two targets, IS-7, E75, allow our guys to start pushing and putting more pressure onto them. They've obviously relocated some of the guys that were sat back here to assist with the middle, so they don't lose it, so they're trying to bolster their forces. I'm going to speed it up a touch here because it is going a bit too fast, and I may be talking pretty fast as well, so I will slow my speed down a little bit. Look at that, the guy is asking for help and I'm just oblivious, just looking for targets and trade. That was slightly too late helping at AMX 5120. It's always pretty key that you get in there and do what you need to do. Bounce. Kill. So one kill. 4,724 damage, 2,306 win 8. I've still got 3 shots in the breach. I decide to go back and then I'm going to help the Leopard, which I should have done a long time ago. So that reduced our overall DPS. I'm moving in. Try to get over to him, and guess what happens? He frees himself. How typical is that? So there's only 4 targets left. I'm going to keep the speed going. He just went and damaged himself for no reason. Decided to push up the hills to see if I can get this T-54. I must admit I was pretty struggling here. The main reason for it is that the depression of this gun isn't that great. That's about as much as I can get. Can you see it there? Look at that. That's about all you get. It's not much. How typical is that? A freaking big gun. Try to put shots into him. Donks that shot. I've only got 1 shot left. Do or die really. So I need to make sure this goes through. Took another shot and decided to go backwards to try to get at him. Don't know why. Reload the gun so I can get the shot in. I'm like, I can't even get the shot. Look at that. Look at where I'm shooting at. I can't even get anything until I managed to put the shot through the side of his turret, and that was extremely fortunate. That guy was managing to whittle me down because I could not get the depression. He was good. He was using the hill to his best advantage to make sure he was hull down and I was stuck. Now there's only 3 tanks left. I'm going to see what I can do to help. I'm just going to just do a touch of speed just to get in there. And this is where I just think, well, if he shoots them here, the IS-7 shoots them, it's probably about 1,000 damage maximum. I really hope. So, when the reload's done, I'm going to go balls deep, but the kill gets done anyway. I also have to go for the IS-7. I'm still reloading, 1 second, boosh. The guy was probably just aiming at me. That was quite lucky really. IS-7 took a long shot and missed. I've got 3 kills, 5,492 damage or 3,499 win 8. With an extra probably 10%, 20% on top of that. So about 4,000. Speed it up here because it's a bit pointless this next bit. So slow. Well, in a second now we're going to nip back to the after action report and have a look how we did. As you can see from both these games, I've just gone and popped up. they're average games. They're not where I've gone and chosen the best games possible. You can tell by the damage I've done, and also I've received a third class, so 50,676 credits earned, or 1,233. With the experience, this tank is good. I'd recommend getting it 'cause it is still good even now after the slight nerf. 5,492 damage done. Next guy was the E100, 4,082. Then the Leopard 1 who was stuck, so he still did decent damage. For the enemy team, T54, well done. That was a really nice player, found, especially for how he was able to just control me and funnel me in. He managed to get 6 kills. The art here, some very good statistics. Our artillery didn't. Wow, we had 3 people, didn't do nothing. That's different. They lost their IS-6 too early on, I guess. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the replay, guys, and the reviews. It's key for me to make sure that these videos are reaching you and you're able to appreciate or taking what you need to do to make sure that you enjoy the game. I'll bring out maybe 1 or 2 reviews with the bigger gun in the future to see how it actually works. A lot of people don't use it because they say it's crap because of the statistics. I've never seen anybody use it. I've not used it myself, so I can't really say if it's good or bad. I do love this tank. It's hard to use though, because a lot of the times if you stay back you miss out on all the fights, you get low damage. If you get in there and scrap, you die fast, so you probably just get 1 clip off, but you still get some good damage. It's trying to get medium between them both. Subscribe, like, and let me know, and hit me up and join me in game if you fancy it, guys. Take care and stay safe.